Hello guys, this is UniversalGiant and welcome back for more of Let's Play Pokémon SoulSilver. Last time we made it through routes 38 and 39 to arrive in Violet City, a harbor-based town, home to yet another gym. Wait, the gym leader isn't here? What is with this game and not having gym leaders be where they're supposed to be when you arrive at a town? But our rival does give us a little bit of advice on what to do next, rather than fight us for some reason. House, why don't you think our rival wanted to fight us? The house seems to want to play with us. House? But yeah, the gym leader is not at the gym for some reason. I don't quite understand why, but she's tending to a sick Pokemon in the lighthouse. I suppose that makes up for it. And it looks like none of the trainers are in here either. That's kind of silly. We won't be back in here for a little while, but this gym specializes in Steel-type Pokemon. Gym leader Jasmine, Steel-clad Defense Girl. Now, I don't know what it is about the music for this town, but wherever we go and hear this music, I love it, and I love those towns. So this fisherman's been fishing here for 30 years, and he loves fishing so much that he'll give us the Good Rod, which will not only allow us to catch level 20 Pokemon as opposed to the Old Rod, which only let us catch level 10s, but it also gives us the opportunity to fish for different Pokemon that we weren't able to before. Port with sea breezes. Hey Cameron, how you doing? Let's take another picture. I don't have Smash Ball in my party anymore. Fuzzy Pickles! I don't know why it took me so long to make that joke. But I don't think I've healed these guys up yet, so we should probably pay the Pokemon Center a visit as well. Oh, it's really nice to be in a place right next to the ocean. I know every game has to have one of those, but it's also really nice when you finally get to one. It's been too long since I've been to the ocean. Now, if you talk to this lady over here, she'll be surprised that we talked to her, and unlike the original games, there are now Pokemon battles we can have in the Pokemon Center! So as long as we don't destroy the thing that heals us, we can not worry about it. But Beauty Charlotte here is here to show off a certain thing that was introduced. The ball capsule mechanic! We picked up the seal case in the last episode, and now we can see what it's used for, because if you notice when she sent out her Blossom, you saw flower petals all over the place. Those are stickers that you can put onto your ball capsules to decorate them and make it look fancy whenever you bring out your Pokemon. Now, I don't see too many people using them. I don't know if you can even use them in competitive battling. That might explain why nobody uses them. But it's something that I'd really like to take advantage of. Now all you have to do that is head over to your PC, and instead of booting up Bill's PC, go to your own. And now you have access to ball capsules. I think we had access to this before, I never really checked. But what you can do here, since we have the 3 different seal types that the... what was her name? The girl that was helping out the Miltanks. We can stick them on the ball capsules, and as you can see, when we send out our Pokemon, those will show up as well. So I like to make 3 different ones, at least for this point, and I will set it to Lucas here. And I'll set 2 more off-screen. There we are. Now, the one thing you have to be careful about with the ball capsules is that you won't be able to deposit Pokemon in the PC that have ball capsules set to them. So if you can't deposit them into the PC for some reason and you're not really sure why, that's why. Again, I don't know why they made it that way, why you can't just deposit something if you have a specific ball capsule set to it, but that's just the way it is, so you have to be mindful of it. Now, one of those things that I'm going to be making another daily routine of is if we head up to this house over here, and we talk to the little girl, every day she'll give us 3 different seals that we can add to our collection and use on our bowl capsules. So depending on what kind of seals that we get here, I'll be making them even more fancy as the LP goes on. So look forward to that. There are a lot of deserted islands on the way to Cianwood. Bad kids taken to the islands as punishment? What? Do people still do that? It's so terrible to think about. Also, hidden item. Don't need to use your dowsing machine for that one, it's really easy to find. And there's one more house over here, with another fisherman in it. If you have a Krabby, you can find Krabby by fishing off with a good rod here. You can trade for a Voltorb. And considering we're about to head down a water route after this, it may not be a bad idea to pick yourself up a good electric type. Voltorb's really fast. So, really nice trade since you can just pick up a Krabby real quick if you want to, and trade it over for a Voltorb. Not bad. Are there any more hidden items around here? I'm sure I'm gonna miss something if I don't look for it. But yep, down there's the beach. Let's check out the mart while we're here too. Off screen I sold a couple of nuggets and a big mushroom we had. Sure, let's see what the mail says. Aw, what's the point of what is the point of this NPC existing if it says, oh, here's a useless little secret for you to know, too bad I'm not gonna tell you. Do you guys have anything interesting to tell me? I don't think I have very much money since I bought all those Moo Moo Milks. No, I guess we got a couple of more monies from the battles we had on our way here. You have any interesting kinds of Pokeballs that we haven't seen yet? Nope, I don't think so. This is the first time we've seen a heart mail, though. Not that anybody cares. So let's see what else this place has to offer. Olivine Port Fast Ship Pier. This looks like a really interesting place. The SS Aqua, eh? Oh, is this going to be like the SSN where they make us go on the ship and then get off just before it sets sail? Nope. It's just one of those things that we won't be able to use again for a very, very long time. Remember that the SS Aqua is here, though. Are there any items in here? Of course not. And if we head out here... Really interesting relationship trouble. This guy doesn't want his girlfriend to leave him. And she knows that he's a sailor on a pleasure cruise. How awkward. But I really just came out here for the pearl that we can sell. And I suppose before we head back up north to explore the rest of this place, there is something over here I want to find. Can we sail off here? Yes, we can. We can surf! And just in case we run into anything, I think I'll just have Klaus out in front, because he can run away from everybody if we need to. I believe if we surf off this way, we can find something that we may actually want. Surprise, surprise. Wow, it's a really long way off. Yep, TM57 Charge Beam. Now what's really cool about Charge Beam, besides the fact that it's a stronger electric type move for Krako, I think there are a couple of other Pokemon that may be able to learn it as well. But it has, I think it's a 70% chance, if the attack works, that it'll also raise your special attack in the same turn. So it's really, really good to have, and yet it's another one of those moves that Duster can learn. But I'll give it to Krako because it's much more powerful, well, not much more powerful than Thundershock, but it has the option to raise your special attack, so no reason not to go with it. And I think it's another one of those that we could have picked up at the Goldenrod City department store lottery thingy. But I didn't bother because it wasn't going to be too long before we could get here. And before we leave, I want to make sure there aren't any hidden items around here. There's one up there, though, but you can see more of those rock climbable walls that we can't access for a very long time. So we'll just sail our way back. Surf. Why do I keep saying sail? But in addition to the tentacles I keep running into, we can also run into its evolved form, and Anthony is calling us. How you doing, Anthony? You were battling a Rattata the other day, but got distracted by a passing beauty. I've been there before, too. Everything's more interesting than a Rattata. We can also start running into its evolved form, Tentacruel. I don't remember if there's anything off to the west over here, but we can probably... No, there's nothing over there. There are a couple of more buildings for us to explore, just one. This is also another one of those interesting places. Really well designed compared to some of the other places in the town. But I think it's because it was very similar to one in the 4th generation anyway, and they had most of these graphics here to use in the first place. But it's a cafe or restaurant of some sort where everybody eats stuff. Yep, we can move rollable rocks with smash strength. Smash strength! And if we head off to the west over here, because it is Monday, besides finding Cameron again, you... How did you... You were just in Olivine City! In fact, look, here I am on my bicycle. There you are. 3 seconds later, you're over here. How do you do that? But since it's Monday down here on the beach, we'll find Monica of Monday, and just like all of the other weak siblings, she'll give us something that powers up a certain type of move. In this case, the Sharp Beak, which powers up flying type moves. But we don't have a flying type on our team, which makes that kind of silly to have. Except if we ever need to use Aerial Ace on HCB, it may be helpful to have. But up here is something we won't be able to do for a long time either, the Battle Frontier. You can stand in line as long as you like, but it's not going to open up until you advance the story a little bit, so there's no reason for us to just sit here and wait. And, like, whenever you get to the beach for the first time, you should always pull out your dowsing machine and explore to see if there are any pearls or other things that you can find, because chances are there are, and you should be looking for them. And we did check out the mart already. I think I'll heal these guys up a little bit. And since it looks like we still have a little bit of time before you guys get bored and leave me, I figure I'll show off some of the Pokemon that you can find by surfing off the side here. So let's first, well, I want to move this thing in front of the old rod because we're never using the old rod again, but I have to deselect this in order to register the good rod, just to make it easier to use multiple times. But it works the same way that the old rod does. Of course, most of the Pokemon you're going to be finding are still Magikarp, and since this thing is really fast, probably not going to be able to run away from it very easily. But there are a couple of other Pokemon that you can find here as well, including one that you can only find during the daytime and one that you can only find during the nighttime. The one that you can only find during the daytime here is Corsola, the rare rock water type. Unfortunately, its stats are incredibly underwhelming. Let's see how a Shadow Claw does. It's really good defensively, but it's not a very good attacker. It's another one of those Pokemon I'd like to use, if for no other reason than it's just really unique. And if you fish out here at nighttime, you can find Staryu, but we'll be able to find Staryu a little bit more easily not in the not-too-distant future. But now let's see Charge Beam in action. Remember, not only is this more powerful than Thunder Shock, but it also has a 70% chance of raising our special attack. And of course, if I really wanted to, I could have just used a Flash Cannon to knock this thing out in one hit. I don't know why I didn't do that anyway. But Rock Blast, Rock-type move, can go any amount of times between 2 and 5. Bye, Corsola! Oh, that's right, Flash Cannon wasn't super effective because it's dual with Water-type. And Water-type resists Steel for some reason. But now that we've done just about everything around Olivine City that's interesting to do, next time, we'll head into Olivine's Lighthouse and see what's up with the Pokemon up there. See you then.